It's a nice change of pace to have a Star Wars movie in the summer, because now I can not freeze my ass off just like in the last 3 movies. So Solo, Star Wars movie. In this movie we find out how Han Solo meets Chewie, meets Lando, makes his first lessons with the Millennium Falcon, how he joins the Imperium, and yeah, his early days as a smuggler. At the beginning I wasn't really concerned about the movie because the first teaser trailer doesn't really hit me, and I was just cold. And after changing the director, or the 2 directors, and now with Ron Howard, and I never have seen a Ron Howard movie before. But in the end I was very happy with the movie. It was more positive than negative for me. I was always had a smile on my face. It was funny. Fun time with a Star Wars movie. Yeah, and I was concerned about Solo's performance, because this guy who didn't even have a catchy name to remember it, was a little bit of, I don't know, too bummy. But in the end of the movie he makes a good Han Solo, and sometimes he makes his hand gestures, or the finger the finger Han Solo. And speaking of Han Solo, I really enjoyed how they explained how Han gets his last name. That was cool. Nothing climactic, nothing, just like, okay, here it is, take it. And also I like the first scene when Han meets Chewie, and that scene has a very similarities to the Return of the Jedi, where Han Solo wakes up from the carbonite, and then he gets to the cave throne, and then Chewie comes. Yeah, but this time Chewie is not so friendly, just like in the Return of the Jedi. But anyways, cool. And also the first time meeting Han to Millennium Falcon and Millennium Falcon Han. This was so beautiful, goosebumps, ooh. And I really enjoyed, because in that scene where Han and Chewie see first time Millennium Falcon in his whole beauty, you hear the theme of Star Wars in a more slower and majestic form. I really love that. And you hear a lot of John Williams' score, and this one has a real new themes, but also he uses the Star Wars theme or Han Solo's theme in different tones. But my favorite character was Donald Glover, who plays Lando Calrissian. He was amazing. He was fantastic with all his body language, his hand gestures, with his capes. He has a whole room in the Millennium Falcon with just a cape room. 20-30 capes. Also, there was the one cape he wears in Cloud City. Speaking of Cloud City, the first action scene where you also see in the trailer, where Han drives with his little speeder and gets then the chase scene, that reminds me a lot of F-Zero. If you put these scenes with F-Zero background music, it's a perfect fit. Little disappointing with Paul Bettany, because he represents our bad guy in that case. This movie really doesn't have a bad guy, but he is not really has too much screen time, but if he is on the scene, he is dangerous, and don't fuck with him, because the scars he has, if he gets angry, they're getting more darker, and his eyes getting reddier. Red eye. Of course, all the references to the main trilogy of Star Wars. Yeah, and I liked how they turning things well, not so epic. When Han gets this blaster, the nitpicking maybe you can have with the movie, or I had, is in the first act, when you see just right in the beginning, when you meet Han in his planet. He lives in this industrial planet with all these big refineries who are building other starships or vehicles or whatever. So it's a lot of steam, a lot of metal, a lot of sparks, and yeah, dark. And then in the second planet where he goes, and you see his fight he has with the Empire, it's also steam and explosions and things. So the beginning was very, very dark. It was very hard to detail things. But then when it goes to the ice planet and the desert planet, yeah, woo, it's bright. And Emilia Clarke, Emilia Clarke was. She just now has the bonus playing Daenerys Targaryen, and I guess they cast this person to movies so they can attract the nerds or the fans of Game of Thrones to say, hey, our Dragon Queen plays in the movie, let's go see her. But in the end, it's nothing special. And Woody Harrelson, well, he plays Woody Harrelson. He was cool as a kind of mentor for Han Solo. But for me, this movie is more of a heist movie with a strong Western vibe. It is just like Dark Knight, where you have this intense action thriller, but with a bonus of Batman and their enemies in it. So just like this movie is a Western kind of movie who has the bonus to be in the Star Wars universe, and has also Han Solo and Chewie and yeah, that's it. That's all our favorite characters. And there's particularly one scene, the build-up is so amazing. You know that one short clip from the trailer when you see the holster and the gun from Solo from the back, from the ass view? Yeah, this scene was amazing. The build-up where Han, Chewie, and Woody Harrelson goes to a bar, but before they enter the bar, there's this desert kind of planet. Before they go into the saloon, all the residents look at them and they say nothing, just stares at them, just like they are strangers in that town. Then they go inside the bar, and the bartender Woody Harrelson says, "Do you have something, some whiskey or some bourbon here?" And the bartender just ignores them all and then hides, just like a coward behind the bar. And then the next shot is where you see the Marauders standing outside, and the three confronts them, and oh boy. And then this is this beautiful wide shot where all the Marauders, Woody, Han, and Chewie in the middle. You hear nothing. No music, just the squeaking sounds of the scrap and this windmill machine kind of built. Amazing. So we see, Ron Howard and Han Solo. Han Solo is inspired by all those Western heroes. So I love that there still continues this Western vibe. One negative thing where I didn't thought about it in the movie itself, after the movie, there is a droid. Again, we have a droid, just like in Rogue One. He was amazing. C-3PO annoys me. Here we had this female kind of droid, and it was like she represent a African American droid, the way she talks, the way she hand gestures. And it was funny because this droid had big thighs and a big kind of robo ash, and the way she moves and talks to Lando was very, very African American style. I guess Lando likes a big robo booty, and there's the theory of, is Lando pansexual? I don't know what pansexual is. It means that he can write everything he wants, just like aliens, humans, robos. Well, this means he's putting his little Lando into robo holes. Disney, if you think about other next ideas, this may be making the Russ Meyer Star Wars story with big boobs robots and Lando as the pimp. He's black, so that's perfect. And Han Solo, Solo, a Star Wars story, it's pretty good. It's surprisingly amazing. Okay, amazing is too big of a word. It's good. It's a decent movie. It's not a masterpiece. It's not an ass wipe of a movie. It's perfect in the middle. For me, it's better as Rogue One, but it's not better than the episodes. So it's a cool, funny summer movie. Check it out. Okay, that was my review. That means this year we have no Star Wars movie anymore. We have to wait 1.5 years until December 2019 for episode 9. But we have the Bumblebee movie this Christmas. Thank you all for watching. So long and good night.